Talking with Wolfpack men's basketball coach Scott Vesterdahl after a 10-18 season. And Coach, before we get into the postseason conversation, just your thoughts as you got done with the regular season.
Well, I think we certainly didn't end the way we wanted to end. I mean, we struggled just a little bit at the end of the year, played some really good teams, played some teams really tough, and it really boiled down to some decision making at the end of games at times. And but our guys work hard. Sometimes it revolves around how well we shoot the ball, and like most teams, when we don't shoot the ball very well, we struggle a little bit in other phases of the game. So, that's one thing with a young team that happens more frequently than it does with a more experienced team. And it's just one of those things we got to work our way through.
Did end with 5 straight losses, but as you were hinting at, 4 of those were to teams either ranked or receiving votes in the national polls. Have you seen in your time at this level a conference with so much talent and depth at all in your career?
Well, I think this conference is always really, really good. I mean, there's just from top to bottom, there's excellent coaching, there's excellent players. There's never an easy one anywhere. Even sometimes you think with teams that maybe haven't been as successful, they can come in and beat you at any time because they are well coached. And but the reality is, how often do you see teams that are number 1 in the nation, number 7 in the nation, number 1 in the nation, Division II? It from top to bottom, I think the league was as good as maybe it's been, but it's always good.
Coach, you had sophomore day on Saturday. You said goodbye to class of 6. Your thoughts on what that group has meant to your program?
Well, I think, if you look at last year and this year, last year we went to the regional championship game and got beat by the defending national champion. And as first-year guys, certainly they brought something to the table, made a commitment, if you will. And then I think each and every one of them worked pretty hard in the off-season and got better at some things. And so there was a contribution both on and off the floor by all 6 of those guys. And you just don't replace second-year leadership, and we'll miss all of those guys. They're all really good people, some really good students in there, and obviously we wish them all the best in their future, whether it's they're going on to play someplace and get their education or just going on to get their education.
Well, they're not quite done playing basketball yet. You've got a quarterfinal game coming up Wednesday night as you open the Region 4 tournament. You draw College of DuPage in that first game. Your thoughts on that matchup? You split the regular season series with the Chaparrals.
Well, I think we and I have great respect for College of DuPage. They're very well coached. I think they do things the way we do things, as holding kids accountable and doing the right things in the right way. Down there, we lost by 2, I believe, in overtime, and it was a really good game. Up here, it was a close game. I mean, whenever you play them, they're always going to be good defensively. They're always going to be good offensively. At the end of the year, they get better, like most teams do. Or you hope they do. It maybe not always reflected, at least for us, in the win and loss column. But I think we're a better team today than we were a month ago, and I know they're a better team. So it's always tougher when you go to somebody else's place to play. It's the longest trip we have, but it's a great facility. I know Coach Reed will have their kids ready to play, and hopefully our kids will be ready to play. And it'll be a great game, which is what I think we probably both would expect.
Final question then, what'll be kind of the keys for the Wolfpack to put a run together? Not only get a win on Wednesday night, but maybe to collect a few more in Milwaukee then over the weekend, and what will be a tough bracket, as we alluded to, with all the ranked teams.
Well, I think the key for us is the same as it's been pretty much all year. Do we knock down shots? Do we take care of the ball? Defensively, I think for the most part, we've been reasonably solid this year, and at times very good. But our Achilles heel probably has been turnovers and taking care of the ball. And when you turn it over too much, that means that many times that you didn't even get a shot at the basket. And a lot of times those things make a difference, especially come tournament time. So my hope is that we'll take good care of the ball, and we've been working on that, and that we'll defend, and that we'll knock down some shots. And then, hopefully we'll get to the last couple of minutes of the game, and we'll have an opportunity to win. And the same would be true on Wednesday night as it is on Friday night and Sunday, if you were fortunate enough to get that far. At this time of year, everybody's better defensively. The offensive points come a little bit harder come tournament time. I think for a couple of reasons. Number one, teams have a pretty good idea what the other teams are doing because we all watch film. We all break down what went well and what didn't go well. And it boils down really to players making plays. Who's going to step up come tournament time and make some plays for their team to help them move on? And it's going to boil down to that for us as well as any team.
Well, Scott, again, congrats on a great regular season. Best of luck in the playoffs, and thanks for the time.
Okay, thank you.